did you go to college or did you get a degree in the field?
I did go to ITT Technical Institute. Got a 2-year degree in computer network systems there. Don't recommend it. Very, very expensive there. Go to FCCJ. It's accredited and much better. But the thing about doing IT work is my degree's obsolete. If I haven't been working in the field for this long and continuously, my degree would be worthless.
Yeah, I started to go to FCCJ, and I found that every time I would take a class, like I could only afford to take like 1 or 2 at a time, and then as soon as I'd finish them, go to the next thing, something new would come out, and I couldn't keep up.
Yeah. I did, like when I did my programming class, they did VB6, Visual Basic 6. It was a week after I finished the class that .NET framework came out, so everything out there, I mean, it was completely different. So it's hard. I mean, that's another big part of that relates back to communication. I have to get communication from all the different sources on the internet, and I have to stay on top of this stuff to stay ahead of the curve. And yeah, it's a daily education thing. You educate yourself daily. There's new spyware every week. There's new stuff all the time. So I mean, you're always educating yourself.
How are you keeping up with like the new spyware that's out, viruses that come out?
I keep tabs on the internet, and read up on the different antiviruses and things like that. There's a website called avtest.org, which has thousands and thousands and thousands of dormant pieces of spyware that you can throw at your antiviruses and your security systems to see. And then sometimes you just run into them in the wild. I've ran into many situations where I've never heard of it, and it's just new. A lot of removing spyware and things like that is not knowing what's not supposed to be there, just knowing what's supposed to be there and kind of filtering it out. You got to keep up with it every day.
Okay. Do you have any certifications?
I do. I have an A+ certification, which covers the hardware and the basic operating systems. I have an MCP, which is a Microsoft Certified Professional. I almost got my MCSE, which is Microsoft Certified Engineer. That one's kind of fallen through the cracks here recently. But currently I'm working on my Microsoft Certified Systems Administrator certification, which is kind of the mothership of all of them, kind of covering all the networks and things like that. Very, very in-depth certification. So, and again, certifications, they're obsolete. I got my A+ 6 years ago. They were totally different. I mean, there was different protocols, there was different everything. I mean, SATA wasn't even thought of back then. So,
is that one that you'd have to like renew, or?
No, I mean you have it, yeah. And that's the thing. Experience in the IT field, I think experience in the field is much better than a degree or certification. If you're working with it day to day, it's much better than being certified for it.
Okay. What skills would you say are required for what you do?
Well, definitely the technical skills, problem solving, the obvious, being up to date with the computers, and you almost have to kind of have a feel for it. I mean, some people are good with technology, some people aren't. My particular business, my biggest thing is my interpersonal skills, being able to sit and talk to somebody. I go to people's houses, and I'm a lot of times alone with people in their house, and making people feel comfortable. A lot, and that's hard to find in the IT field. And you call it Geek Squad or some of those people, and they're just introverts. I mean, they're hard to get along with. They're nerds. They hide themselves in the closet all day long and stay on the internet. So my biggest thing in keeping my customers happy is my interpersonal skills.
I would agree with that. In my job, like there's 2 other guys I work with that probably have more technical skills than I do, but I find a lot of our users come to me with questions because I'm just easier to talk to.
Yeah.
And I may not know the answer, but I can figure it out or find it out.
Like gap in communication, being able to communicate with them and use the layman terms and everything. Some technical people, they just can't do it. They want to talk in gigabytes, terabytes, and hertz, and just everything, registry files, and it doesn't make sense to people. You kind of have to break it down, use analogies, and just try to help people understand, and a lot of times it's not going to happen.
I guess more of a question is, when did you realize this is what you wanted to do, or?
I've been interested in computers and technology since I was a kid. I used to get drugged to the thrift store with my grandmother, actually, and she would want to go look at clothes. And I would go over to the electronics and the old broken computers and find old stuff that was not usable and buy it for $2 or whatever. And I'd go home, play with it. And slowly, I've always showed an interest in it. In middle school, I got the opportunity. I had a computer class, and the teacher that taught that class saw that I had a lot of interest and moved me out of class a lot to actually come and set up computers for the computer labs and things like that. And ever since then, I mean, even all through high school, I built computers in high school. I even did it on the side, would do a couple of computer repair things. So very early, I would say middle school is when I really decided I really like computers. So.
Did you ever take any programming classes? Or?
Not until college. I did everything. I did play with programming, a lot of independent, me being the nerd in the closet, sitting on the internet, figuring stuff out. So I did play with stuff. I didn't get any formal training until college, though.
Have you done any like web design?
I do some web design, the HTML code and everything when it was real popular. I mean, it's still popular and the internet runs through that, but you've got a lot of designers and programs that will put together the front page, and there's all kinds of web design programs. I do it. I'm not that creative, and a lot of doing the websites now is just the creativity.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to use some of the tools now. I'm just not that creative when it comes to stuff like that.
Okay. How competitive would you say the market is?
Here in Jacksonville, it's fairly competitive. The big thing is a lot of these computer places will rip people off. They will come out. For a good example, I had a lady call me that she ran like not a daycare center, but like a Boys and Girls Club type deal. They had a lot of computers, and they wanted the kids to come after school and be able to do certain things like Webkins and whatever. But they had called a company before me, and they told them that they could upgrade the computers to like 2 gigabytes, and they could do all of that. She started describing the computer to me, and they were Pentium 2s with like 400 megahertz Pentium 2s, and they told her that they could definitely get it to running like that. I said, there's no way. There's absolutely no way for that to happen. So the biggest way to stay competitive is honesty. If you're honest with the customer, they'll come back. I even turn business away sometimes. Somebody will call me and say, my laptop screen's broken. It's 5-6 years old. You're better off buying a new laptop. I mean, they're $350, buy a new laptop. The key to that is when that customer has a problem with that new laptop, they're going to call you back because they know you're honest. I've left work from many companies that were dishonest just because I don't like lying to customers. If you're honest with them, they'll always come back. They might bug you a little bit, but they'll be faithful.
Let's see. If you weren't doing this for a living, what would you be doing?
I'd probably be working in sales or customer service, something dealing with people. That's probably why I kind of fell into this part of the IT field, doing the residential and everything. I enjoy meeting new people, talking to people. I cannot be stuck in a server room all day just monitoring a network by myself. I couldn't do it. But it's a people business, and that's why I like doing what I do. But definitely sales or something people related is what I'd be doing other than this.
Okay. And if someone wanted to follow in your footsteps as far as what you do, what would you suggest to them?
I would definitely suggest not doing ITT Tech. Don't go to a vocational school or a technical school like that. Go to an accredited community college, UNF or something like that. Save yourself a bundle. Probably would have saved me $20,000 to do that. And you've got to be interested in it. I mean, don't do it because of the money or anything like that. It's got to be an interest because you're constantly learning. You got to stay ahead of it. It's kind of got to be your hobby to really enjoy doing IT work. Otherwise, it's tedious, very, very tedious. I mean, it's a great job. I enjoy it, but you got to be the right kind of person for it.
Okay. Is there anything you want to add as far as maybe something that, anyone who's interested that we didn't cover that they should know?
I mean, not really. It's a lot of fun. It can be a lot of fun. It can be a pain in the butt a lot of times. And again, it all falls to communication. You'll have customers that you love to talk with, you love to deal with. You'll also have customers that you just cringe when you see their name come up on the caller ID because you know what's coming. But it's a good job. It's fun to do. Working for yourself is always a plus. You have to make your own schedule. But not really. I mean, you got to be the right kind of person to do what I do. So.
All right. I guess that's about wraps it up.
All right.
Thanks for talking to me.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it.
All right. You have a good one.
You too.